studio. Peace. That's it. I'm gone.
Unmute yourself, brother.
I guess I muted myself when I thought I unmuted myself. Whiskey Charlie.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, my brother?
Shoot. Same old, man. Hey, man, it's been a while. I sat there and watching that video, man. It takes me back.
Man, I know. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, let me see. I got the intro. Okay, here we go. Hey, what's going on, world? You know who it is. Ethan Smith, a.k.a. Big Sarge, large and in charge of my one and only self. Taking myself up off the shelf, looking to find and discover my greatest internal wealth. Hopefully you doing the same for yourself. With me on my left, my right, in front of me, I got my main man, Whiskey Charlie. And y'all know what we come through to do. Speak to you. It's been a very long time, but this is Speak Grunt, where we come through and we speak to you about some things that grunts go through. 11B, 11 Charlie, you know we talking to you. This is for everybody, but everybody, wait. Everybody may be a member. Nope, that's not it. It's going to come back to me, Whiskey Charlie.
Hey, you got it.
It's going to come back to me, but if you ain't True Blue Infantry, you can do the support thing, and we appreciate you too. But man, thank you. Just jump into this conversation me and Whiskey Charlie was having, and like you were saying earlier, man, just man, it's been a long time. What's been going on with you, Whiskey Charlie?
Man, it's been a good solid almost 5 years since we really been on here to do any chatting, any reaching out, man. But man, life is just moving, moving too quick. Actually, a couple days ago, I was sitting there and reality set in that I'm almost hit my 40s already, and I can't believe that shit at all, man. Man, 40 years old. I remember it being, going to the military, barely even breaking 21, barely even breaking 20 when I was enlisting in. I was just like, man. And then I setting the reality just setting in that I ain't getting any younger. So I'm, getting back into the gym, trying to make myself physically younger than, I guess you could say.
Yeah, man, that's good.
I'm waking up physically older.
Wow, man. So just to bring the people up to speed, I want to say, like Whiskey Charlie said, maybe 5 years ago, almost to the day, Memorial's Day, this was 2020 COVID, and I was out rucking. That's when I was rucking heavy. I had a 38-day in the row ruck session that I was going, like anywhere from 5 to 7 miles on a regular basis. And one day, this was when the push-up challenge was big too. The 22 push-ups of veterans was big too. And man, I was walking and it just came to me to do something for, more specifically for grunts and people that had been through, and reached out to Killer Wolf, and eventually Whiskey Charlie came through, and we did this thing for a while, and we took a break too. Like I had so many things going on in life, And I apologize to anybody if I offended you, but just stepped back and took a break. But man, it's been almost 5 years to the day that we started this thing called Grunt Talk, then Grunt Speak, and then finally Speak Grunt is where we finally gotten to what, you know, all the other names of other individuals on YouTube and things like that, man. But man, it really just feels good to be back, just to be chatting it up today, catching up to see which way we may go and figuring out the stream yards and the back end. And y'all see Whiskey Charlie how he looking over there. That camera on 10. The camera is on 10. Yeah, the whole setup.
For the longest time, you know, I was doing it on phones with worse connection. I'd be in and out every so often. Man, you watch out some of our older videos, and man, I can tell you this much, man. It was hard to link up and hard to do the thing, but hey, man, your boy leveled up.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
you big time leveled up. And here I am. I used to always be wearing sunglasses, but with this one pair of regular sunglasses, I could barely see the screen clearly for me. So, you know,
hey,
now that Big Sarge is getting a bigger number in age.
Hey, boy, he still looks young though. He's still looking young.
Oh yeah, man. I'm 48 years young, man. I tell myself I'm not getting old. I'm becoming a legend. Dildo racist fucker dumbass. Hi. Hello. How are you, dildo racist fucker dumbass?
What the hell?
That's his name on YouTube, man. I'm just reading. You don't see the comments?
Bro, that dude's definitely got to be military.
Yeah, or he trolling us one. I don't know, but I've been. How you doing? You gonna have a conversation. But anyhow, man, what's going on, D Glove? My boy D Glove on there. Appreciate you. Where was I at, Whiskey Charlie?
We're just you know, chopping it up on what we've been doing for the last 5, man.
I got you.
Chopping it up on the 5.
Send me the link on I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got you. You should be able to go to. I got you. So anyhow, man, yeah. Congrats. Z's son just graduated, man. So for the last year and a half that I didn't do, it's been a number of things that I've went through, that I've done. Everything from getting licensed in life insurance, selling life insurance for a period of time, heavily into my Toastmasters for a period of time, competing, and then really just back to a regular 9-to-5 job, man. That really took a lot of my time. Then I became part of a couple of different men's groups, accountability groups. And then there was a point in time, man, when I was doing something every single day where I was on a coaching call, on some type of podcast, and I really got burnt out. I really did get burnt out for a while. So that was one of the reasons I had to take a step back. I really have to take a step back sometimes and just get into my introspective self. Although in my youth, in my younger days, I was definitely way more extroverted, and I still am extroverted, but I think I rock more on my introvert side, knowing that I'm someone that's definitely an ambivert. So who loves being around people and get charged up by people, but sometimes I need to recharge, and that's why you see me at 4 a.m. biking alone, walking through the woods alone, you know, doing a lot of those type of things because I need that peace too. So anyhow, man, just coming back to it now full circle and seeing where it's at, and hearing you say you almost 40 and thinking to myself, man, 2 years from now, I'll be 50, like 40. Like I was just figuring out what I wanted to be when I grow up, when I was turning 40.
Oh man, yeah, dude. Like, yeah, it hit me hard, man, because my birthday, of course, you know, both of our birthdays are in March. So, you know, whenever it hit my birthday, I was like, damn, I'm 37, man. I was like, holy shit, I'm almost 40. And I always try to knock on my wife. She's 2 years younger than I am, but she always I'm always knocking on her, telling her she's getting old, and she goes, well, you're older than I am, so you must be ancient, you know, shit like that. But yeah, dude, like, man, that time is flying by, man. And you know, this last 5 years, I've had a lot, you know, my course myself, I've had a lot of things going on, but man, it's just making it day by day, trying to figure out what the hell I want to do or where I want to go with things. But, you know, I got a lot of things planned. I think that's one of the biggest things that you have to do is, get things in line in your mind of what you want and try to get it set up. Because I think one of the biggest things is if you don't have a plan, then you're just going at it. You're just firing blanks, shooting blanks, man. I gotta plan my stuff out. Now I know there's some people who can go in guns a-blazing and just take it that way, but I gotta at least have some plan and then visual, set up my attack, man, before I go in.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, man. I'm the complete opposite. I definitely am a trial under fire, working on the fly. But as I mature, I definitely understand the importance of measuring 3 times and cutting once instead of cutting 3 times and losing all your wood.
Well, you said you learned that? Because I still haven't learned that piece yet, man. I'm telling you what, man, I still get pissed off because I still right now, of course, me having kids, you have to build things, man. I put together a trampoline, I've put together plenty of trampolines, but we got my daughter's a new trampoline, Sally and Nova Lee. That's my 2 daughters. They're one's 5 and one's 9. But man, I was putting together one the other day, and I tell you what, man, they get more and more difficult, man. I thought it was pretty simple. I was like, I don't need no instructions. Man, I had to take that thing apart like 2 or 3 times, man, because they man, I guess it's supposed to be safer or something, So, it's supposed to be safer now. So with that being said, man, I had to go back to those instructions, man. That's one of the things you have to do with reality of life, man. Sometimes you just got to go back to the instructions, man. Read that manual. There's no manual really for life, but you go back and read your plan. You got to jot that stuff down on what you want to do with your life and where you want to go. Sometimes you got to go back to that book and read it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Man, you know what's so crazy? I sent you check your phone. I sent you a text you or a message you on your phone.
Okay.
What you text me about?
Yeah, I got
you. Okay. You know what's so crazy? I said when I talked to you, it's been like a year and a half or so. It's been almost 2 years since the last time. I'm looking at my phone right now because I sent you the link and it said September 10th, 2023. Tonight's show is rescheduled until next week. And the last show before that was August 27th. And it was what areas of your life need to be restored?
Damn.
Wow. Right? But that's crazy because here's the thing. You said something very powerful for me, but then you almost took it back from yourself. So when I look at the last time we did the show, what areas of your life need to be restored? You talked about the importance of you planning things out to get it done. And I instantly said, not me. I'm still, running and gunning and things of that nature. But I'm learning to measure 3 times and cut once. What areas of my life needed to be restored takes me again back to the military. When you said you need a plan and a structure, it took me to TCS, task condition standards. The military always gave you what the task was, what the conditions was, what the standards. So for me, the area of my life that needed to be restored, and I said this earlier on my Bible study, which was that planning and that structure phase. As much as I didn't want to deal with it in the military, I understand in life, you have to have that. Either you follow someone's or you truly set some for yourself that you can effectively use in order to get there. So, man, you saying that, but then, and me saying that, I even thought about you when I'm like, man, cutting 3 times and measuring once. I can think about all the things that I've seen you build, not like personally, but you put on your page. And knowing how long you've been at Home Depot and feeling like you're a handyman. So I wouldn't even imagine that you go through those type of experiences, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I would imagine because me and you got the same energy. So I know you, coach-wise, you're a high flight attendant, so not using the instructions would make sense. But yeah,
hey, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, something I was thinking about I think it was today, and just overall, man, it's man, what came to me is results. That title of results, man, results. Because I got back into working out again. I mean, I it's probably my 50th time getting back into working out, right? Hey, and we're always, hey, we're always looking at, results, and a lot of people, you don't see results, but what is the results that you're looking for, right? Results takes time, results take dedication. And I think that's one of the biggest thing though, too, even with our page, we wanted to, put this page out there to help support our fellow veterans and help out people, and just be there for support, be able to chit chat with people, and to do things like that. And the results was, if you don't put in the time and effort, man, you're not gonna see the results you want to. You'll see results, just not the ones you're looking for. The results you want is going to take that time. It's going to take that dedication. And guess what, man? It costs you. Those results cost you. So if you're not willing to spend time and dedication for those results that you want, hey, you're going to get the results that you going to on a regular basis just receive,
Mm-hmm. Man, you saying that I'm literally doing something that I never do, and I'm guilty of this. And you just said getting the results and paying attention. You won't get them if you're not paying attention to what's happening. And I'm literally scrolling through the Speak Grunt Facebook page, and I'm seeing numbers that some videos 322 views, 40 views, 295 views. We had different results when we were more consistent with what we was doing. And I'm looking at the topics and the alignment, and it's just like when you were putting that work in, you had better results. Yep. When you're not putting that work in, you're not getting the results that you want, and you're frustrated. You just talked about going back to the gym, starting and stopping. I've done that same thing. And it's like, man, if you would just stay doing it consistently, the results will come so much faster that you'll see physically, that mentally it'll uplift you too. So you don't have to keep doing this yo-yo thing back and forth. And even with, even with our page and our channel, I know me being a person that can be emotionally, or a person that was emotionally driven then when we started it, and looking at other people and things, and as people paying attention, as they get it, do they understand, and not taking it as serious as it was, because there's a lot of point in time where we both would get text messages and emails and things like that on the back end about the people we were really helping as well. So it's like, man, those are the results right there. You got one person, you know what I'm saying, who you affected. So just build upon that. And that's like such as in life, man. You got one job, build great on that one job. You got one girlfriend, one wife, build great with that one relationship. You got one child, or you got 3 children, but that one-on-one time that you with that child, build great with that, and you'll get better results, man. So yeah, you saying that, Whiskey Charlie, that's just, that's powerful.
Hey, yeah, definitely. Like, again, it just hit me like a ton of bricks, because, I was sitting there thinking, because all these people, you go to the gym and you see people that you inspire to be, or you inspire to be that shape, that size, whatever else. But, those results came from dedication, man. Those results came from, giving up time, giving up things that, you do on an everyday basis. Hey, so those people don't go to clubs. Those people don't go to, those things and do all those extra things. Hey, going out to the beach, this, that, and the other. They dedicated themselves, and that's the reason why they got the results they did. And that's the one thing that I was sitting there telling myself, when I was went to the gym, I was like, man, if I want to get to that level, man, I just got to, dedicate myself, and the results will show over a period of time. It ain't, sometimes the results will come instantly, but most of the time results don't come just instantly, man. It's over a period of time. You just got to put in the work,
Period. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. As my boy D Glove would say if he's still around here today. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. He don't say it in that voice, but that's just my voice, how it's cracking right now. Big Sarge, little voice is coming out, but it's all good. But no, man, man, that's such as anything in life, though. You get the results you get is based on the work that you put in. And the more mature I'm getting, and the wiser I'm getting, and the more I'm willing to accept responsibility for my life, I completely understand that if I'm unhappy, if I'm dissatisfied with the results, that I'm getting and I'm receiving, I have to ask myself, what am I doing to change them? If I want to make more money, am I bettering myself, such as in school, if I have a certain career? If I'm an entrepreneur, am I really going out and pushing my business, or am I making excuses saying they don't want my business? Like, in my relationship, am I getting counseling? Am I getting therapy? Am I asking my wife, how can I be a better husband? Like, am I doing the work that it takes to get the results that I say I want to have? And you just said that, like, they don't come overnight, but in all honesty, they come overnight if you just focus on what you want and you appreciate what you already have. Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have, looking at what somebody else got, and we focus more on what we want, and we miss that appreciation part. So when we don't get it fast enough, it's easy to turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. It's definitely one of those things, man. It's hard to cut off, especially if you're determined. But no, man, with you started the page back at, like you were saying, back 2020, and it was based, we came and based it off pretty much. You base it off of Memorial Day, remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
We got that day coming up tomorrow, man, and a lot of people, I don't know, man. I get a lot of people that's mixed. I don't want to say mixed mind. They don't understand the concept of Memorial Day. They want to go up and thank the military personnel, thank me, and of course, I'm just going to tell them thank you and this, that, and the other. But it's really not that point. The point is to remember the ones that have fallen, that gave the ultimate sacrifice, for the freedom of these people that are out there doing what they want to. I don't have no problem with that. Whenever I see some other people, I know some people will get in there and they'll get all sensitive on, oh, well, y'all out there just celebrating, drinking, this, that, and the other. Look, I want you to do that, and I'm pretty sure that our fallen people that, fought for their freedoms is wanting them to do that too. That's the reason why we fought for them, is to have that freedom to go out there, hey, enjoy that beer, enjoy that burger, enjoy that watermelon drink that Mr. Payne made up for you. You just got to enjoy yourself. Hey, it's about enjoy yourself, but just take a little second or two and, shout out to, to not shout out, but hey, let's just get together and just remember the fallen, man. Hey, remember that, the freedom that you have. Yes, we're not 100% free. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that much. Yes, the government runs 90% of the shit we do, but the freedom that we do have is because of the ones that have fought for us against these countries that have so much more stricter and policies and stuff than what the United States does. And man, you just got to be appreciative of what you have, man, what has been given to you. And I'm very appreciative of the people that have, and it's an honor to live in a country that, have people that, willing to fight for you to enjoy your day, enjoy your time. You may not always enjoy it. I ain't going to say I enjoy every moment of my life, but I'm going to live my life like I'm going to enjoy it, because you start being negative. You start being down on, your decisions in life, your results of what you did, it's going to become rougher. That's the results of your decision.
Man, that's so powerful right there. And I started this on Memorial Day because I believe I know God told me this is something I'm supposed to do, because being an infantry soldier who went through things that I understood and didn't understand. And even as I mature right now, every day, I ask myself, when I have certain mood swings, why do I feel the way I feel? That's why I have to get elevated. I ain't gonna say that's why I have to get elevated. That's why I choose to get elevated, to kind of keep myself balanced, because some days I can be on high highs and low lows. And some days I can think about some of the things I've been through and I've grown through and I've overcome. And sometimes I can forget about that stuff completely. Like, I've been out of the military for so long that I don't even think about it as much anymore, right? And when I started this, when it came to me, I'm like, I know it's other individuals who go through that. I had somebody call me, and I don't want to say their name till I reach out to them, but I believe who they are. if I'm not mistaken, I believe they went to Iraq with us. They just wasn't in our platoon.
Okay.
And they reached out to me the other day, and it was just like, wow, we still doing this work. The work that was given 5 years ago, and we haven't done it in 2 years on the back end channels on the line with people. I've still done this type of work. This still supporting grunts and getting them to speak up so we can get to that next level, you know. And I don't want to go into this too deep, and I don't know if there was you said something earlier very powerful on the back end that you was proud that one of your family members stepped up to the plate and is finally doing what they needed to do to get their benefits and things of that nature. Not grunt, military personnel in general, period. And that's one of the things I think in the infantry, like in the military, period, you had to step up and show yourself approved, that you knew what to do, that you was ready to take on a difficult task to overcome what it is that you needed to get the results that you want.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Look, I'm gonna tell you this much. You know, I got out in 2013, and I didn't start seeking my benefits until maybe 2020, 2021. And you know what? You know, some people may have the same thought process I do. You know, everybody's got some similarities and everything else. But you know, I thought at the moment in time, before I started actually seeking it, I thought I was just, you know, mooching off the government, or hey, trying to, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, I didn't feel like I wanted to be one of those people that just mooched off the government. But in reality, I talked to one of my uncle that passed away. He passed away like 2 or 3 years ago. But I was talking with him, and he goes, man, you got to seek those benefits that are offering to you, man. He goes, there's other people out there that are seeking benefits that actually have the, I don't know, getting welfare and stuff like that. I ain't going to say there's nothing against that, but they're out there getting welfare that don't need it, that can actually work and stuff like that. And they're taking advantage of the system. You're not taking advantage of the system. You fought for this country. You fought and did your thing, you know, so there should be no hesitation in any of our veterans out there that, you know, if they have that same mentality and the same thought, man, go ahead and just seek that out. Hey, that it's there. It's help you, support you, help you get you where you want to go in life, possibly, man. Hey, just make sure you get out there. It's not a hard process. People would think that, you know, going to those appointments. I tell you what, I went to a local representative, and he just set me up for appointments. And whenever he got me set up for these appointments, all they did is send me envelopes, and I went out to these appointments, and they just asked questions. They did, of course, check me out and things like that. And I ain't gonna tell you my exact rating, but I can tell you this much: it's definitely helpful. So if you're actually out there and you need help, man, just seek it. The help is there. And if you have any questions on that, reach out to me, and I can see what I can do about help supporting you by finding somebody local. You don't even have to be here in Texas, the greatest country in the world, by the way. That's beside the point, but
yeah, we don't got to discuss that right now.
Yeah, we don't got to touch on that one. But hey, just reach out, man. I can definitely find a link, find something to help you out and get you into getting those benefits that you deserve and that you fought for, man.
Yeah, no, as the youngsters would say, no cap. Take it how you want to take it how you want to take it, man. It took me a long time. It took me some time, but I finally got it in my mind. I'm Texan now, man. I've been here 18 years. I done fought under the flag and everything else. Like, I done left and came back. It was just like, wow, I couldn't, yeah. I love Detroit where I was born and raised, but I've been spending the last number of 18 years. That's the number of days that I've been right here around this way. So yeah, Texas is definitely different, man, and I'm grateful for that. Anyhow, getting back on track. Nah, man, I lost my point of thought. Man. So again, here I am. I'm just catching up, just reminiscing, like even with everything you're talking about. And just the results and the things you do, you know what I'm saying? It really gets the best out of you. It brings the best out of you. And man, just really just scrolling through, attempting to get back to the very first video that that I had ever done. And I think, man, no, that's not it. And just see, wow, it's crazy how this thing started so long ago, and the conversation we would have and how it would grow. And if you look at your life right now today, the results that you have in your life is based on choices and decisions that you made previously. Like, I ain't saying nothing that blows your mind or that wows you or anything like that. But if you just think back to some of the decisions that you made, it puts you in the space that you are today. And I say that to say, as you stated earlier, the results, what do you want to get out of it? You used to always say this on our old shows. You got to know the difference between your needs and your wants. You got to know the difference between your needs and your wants. Once you fulfill your needs, then you can get your wants met. So it's like, what do you need to do to get the results that you want? Now, what results do you want, Ethan Smith, Big Sarge? What results do you want for Speak Grunt? Do you want to run the numbers up so you can see a lot of people following y'all and you getting checks? Or do you want to run the numbers up to where you're helping so many people that people are checking to see how they can help you, because y'all being a blessing to so many people that's helping so many? Like, what is the focus? What results do you want? Because if you get the one, then the other one automatically comes. You can get the money but not get the helping of the people. But if you help the people, the money gonna come to you. Like, what results do you want with your marriage, with your children? And so that should dictate the work that you do. But if you don't know the needs of the results, then you just going after what you want. And now your results are taking longer to come than necessary. When I was accountability for me at 40 years old, like the decisions I made, not what my mom did, not what my dad did, I begin to get these results of this individual that I am now, what I felt like in no time, because I knew what I wanted. I knew what I needed to do. I was focused on doing that. And so now when I look back on my life, it's like, wow, I can see places where I dropped the ball at, and I can see places where I picked up the pace at to get to where I wanted to be.
Yeah, I know you hit the nail on the head or on that one. Self accountability, man. Self accountability is one of the biggest things that at the end of the day that you can't blame anybody but yourself really on your results that the outcome of your results. You know, those self accountability, man. It's one of the biggest things. I could tell you that much. That you can sit here and point your finger at anybody and everybody else at work. You know, and even in the military, you sit there and point your finger at somebody else for the results that you had. You know, you're getting smoked or whatever situation you were in. But at the end of the day, man, you know, self accountability. What didn't you do? And what did you do, or what didn't you do to make that outcome or the results on that? You know, self accountability. You know, you got to take ownership. You know, I try to do that every day at work. You know, at the end of the day, and when I leave from work, I'm always telling myself, what could I have done better, right? To make the results of the workday a lot better as a manager. And, you know, I think it comes to, you know, just self-reflection. You know, what could you have done different?
Yeah. No, that's real good, man. That's it's important, man. I think it's one of the things that sometimes people don't allow themselves time to do. This morning when I was biking. I want to say it was about 5 something in the morning when I pulled over at the library, and I had jumped on my TikTok, and I hadn't been on there in a while. Today I put a video on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I can't tell you the last time I put a video on all 3 of those platforms, like not in the same day. And I used to do it regularly. And I believe I was on TikTok. I was on one of the platforms this morning when I was sitting at the library, and I was talking about the importance of just sitting in that silence to understand and know who you are and to be able to hear you more clearly and hear, for me, what God, what your higher power, your higher authority is saying to you. And in order for you to really get the best out of you, I think it's important that we all do that, because the noise gets so loud sometimes that we're not able to hear ourselves think, or we don't sit still long enough to hear what we are saying clearly or what's been said to us in order to get the results that we want in a timely fashion. So we do like in Bible, I guess, children of Israel, and it takes us 40 years to go, 4 miles or a couple of miles down the street, when you like, man, I could have got those results right away if I would have took accountability for the part that I play, for the decisions I make in my life. And I would say this to clients at one point in time in coaching, like right now, I'm wearing a red, Mr. Peen hoodie, a black CIB hat, my glasses, my pants, all that stuff. It's like I literally went in my closet and chose to put these things on. And if I could choose this, what else could I choose for myself? I could choose to hold myself accountable for what I don't know. I could choose to hold myself accountable for what I'm not in shape in. I could choose to hold myself accountable for what I'm going to learn. Before I go get an accountability partner, I have to hold myself accountable, because my accountability partner not always going to be there with me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Hey, man. Hey, and also you gotta be able to, if you're married, you have a significant others, tell them those goals, share those goals that you're expecting to see, and maybe they have a perspective, or maybe they have something that help you guide you in that right direction. Hey, that's one of the things that I feel like I understand with this page that we also started off as Speak Grunt, man. We done this to be able to reach out to us. We're not perfectionists ourselves, but we're out here. We can reach out to resources. We can reach out to people that, can help you or help us, or, find out the right resource that you need. But we're here for you to be able to talk to the transition between, military and civilian life, man. It's definitely a big thing. Even without this page, like I've seen where people are talking on, TikTok, talking on different platforms on the transition between the military life and back to civilian life. And it is definitely to some people, it's a big shocker, and the transition is real. You're not, whenever you leave, you're like, oh, it's not going to be a problem for me. But man, that structure, I can tell you this much, that structure is what helped me. And it was a transition for me, leaving and coming back into the civilian life. I didn't do any crazy time like my boy Big Sarge over here, but I can tell you the time that I was in, I the structure, it's, now that I think about it, it's almost military was almost like a dad and a mom to you. They kept you in line, kept you going. It kept you, it fed you, it put a shelter over your head. Everything else. And then whenever you turned 18, or aka ETS, they just booted you out. And then guess what? You're on your own now. So that, to me, that's the reality of it. Military was like a mom and dad type situation for us. They kept you structured, they kept you fed, they kept you with the shelter over your head. They kept you going. Yeah, they put you in dangerous situations, but at the same time, they also helped you along the run. And as I'm sitting here talking, man, it's just reality. It was a mom and dad to you.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's exactly what it was. And when it was over, it was over.
They done kicked you out. The military kicked you out the house, bro. They done gave you the big green lane and put you out the door.
When your time was up, your time was up. When
Yes,
your
sir.
time was up, your time was up. They ain't had nothing else for you. They was like,
Hey.
all right, that's it.
I'm not even gonna lie. They gave you an option to stay, but you're gonna have to pay some extra bills. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
you weren't getting out for free.
no,
You weren't
not
getting out
at
with
all.
everything given to you.
I never went and checked to see if we went live on YouTube. Again, it's been so long, and I know we just chatting and catching up. You forget about certain things. You know what I was thought to myself? I was like, oh, I know what it was. It was saying, y'all know what it is. Speak grunts, by grunts, for grunts. So everybody is welcome, but everybody cannot or will not be a member. 11B, 11 Charlie, 0311 for the Marine crew. Yeah, we talking to you too. So it's gonna come back to me.
almost 40 minutes into this, it didn't click to you. Hey, I don't know why you're throwing that 40 number out there, man. Well, I know we were talking about my age there for a while, but
hey, man, that ain't like Aaliyah said, age ain't nothing but a number. You know what, man? When I was hitting 40 years old, I felt like it really was a switch, man. It really was a.
It ain't. Hey, it's like that. What is that? I talked to you this morning when I was headed to the gym and everything else, but that T-shirt. Remember that T-shirt?
Oh, yeah. Which one did it say?
Act my age or some shit like that.
Yeah. I would have to go pull it up. Yeah. Absolutely. I have a T-shirt, man, that I wear all the time and say I'm not getting old. I'm becoming a legend.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's what it is. Like, I'm not getting old. I'm becoming a legend.
Just one of those shirts off that website I was telling you about right here.
Yeah. Nice.
Man, nice fit. Dude, it's like I said, good material. Man, I'm telling you, look, I ain't sponsoring anybody here or whatever else. I ain't putting anything out the back. Hey, but those T-shirts, man, that beautiful material. I can say that much.
Oh, wow. That's man,
yes,
that's so crazy because I'm just looking at stuff now because normally I would have Big Sarge up here as my title and my name, and I didn't even pay no attention. Only because we haven't done this in so long, and I do from Mr. Peen to switching over to this platform and just, man. Hey, you know what? Here's another thing that's still been going on. Remember when we used to do 1 minute win, 1 minute war? So I've taken 1 minute win, 1 minute war all the way to a prayer line that I'm on. And we use 1 minute win, 1 minute war on the prayer line too.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so I continued it on and that thing been going for a minute. I think I originally started that with the Love My Life, My Beautiful Wife Kiki on expression sessions. And then switched it over to Speak Grunt, which it fits so eloquently in 1 minute win, 1 minute war on Speak Grunt. And then now I'm doing it. But I think it's one of those things. It fits in all platforms. In all honesty, man, I share that on that platform, my PWG, which is Prayer Warriors Global. It's excuse me. It's more than just a mere prayer line, man. And I'll just leave it at that. Maybe one day I'll come back and we'll do a show talking about it, just about groups for men to get into. But I share it on there as well, man. It goes over very well. It's just one of those things I think you can take anywhere, even in everyday life. You know what I'm saying? When I wake up in the morning sometimes and I don't want to talk to my wife, I don't want to deal with my wife, I have to ask myself, like, what am I warring with? Why am I feeling this way about her? And a lot of times I'll tell myself, she's not my enemy. I have to remind myself she's not my enemy. And it's like, what's the win in this with my wife? Man, me and my wife woke up today. I didn't wake up next to my wife and she's not waking up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, my kids are healthy. So you can use that thing in every day and everything in life. Yeah, you can have a war with going to your job because your manager get on your nerves. But then you can also have a win that you control your nerves and you can get them off of your nerves as well. You know what I'm saying? By taking control of yourself and you getting paid. So you can have a 1 minute win and a 1 minute war throughout life and just in general. And I think, for me, I think the more that I sense that I'm having them, the easier it is to be able to plan and navigate and react to situations in my life, because you just start breaking it down in bite-sized pieces of what it is. Okay, this is the war, this is the situation. Well, what's the win? What do I need to do? And after I start looking at every little situation like that in life, then I'm giving myself a better opportunity to win.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, that's for sure, man. Like, and then it goes off to, kind of like what we're playing, rolling off of it is, you sit there and think about your wins in your, the 1 minute win, 1 minute war type situation, but you can base that off your results. You wake up in the morning, what was the result of your winning the 1 minute win, 1 minute war the prior day, and how are you going to win today? And what's the war going to be? But the results at the end of the previous day, you can sit there and think on that. Okay, how can I, adjust myself, adjust fire, and change the situation so it'll be in better results. So it'll just be 1 minute win It's just a win for you. You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be war. There's going to be war, but the win, the greater thing is going to be the win of the day. You know, how'd you win? What situation made you win, and how you're going to make it to where it's everyday win, and the war gets smaller. The war gets smaller. We're winning the war. You know.
Absolutely, man. That's so good right there, because that's one of the things I started getting to where I was saying. Just let's talk about the win. There's no need to focus on the war. Let's just talk about the win, because the more you give things energy, the more you speak about a thing, the more it sticks around in your life. Me and my boy D Glove, and I think I may have talked to you about this before, maybe back in the day when me, you, and Wolf was talking about doing a book club, and I on the show read the book or something. And I know we talked about a couple of Army books, and I'm not for sure if I mentioned the book Outwitting the Devil on this line, and that's a very good book. If you YouTube Outwitting the Devil audio book, and I would recommend that book for anybody that's, I guess you would have to be a believer in God and the devil in order to listen to it, right? If you don't believe in God and the devil, then if you just want to listen to it, listen to it. But if you believe in God and the devil, it's a very interesting perspective and outlook. You know what I'm saying? And I would recommend, and it makes you look at some things in life today. You're like, So within that, like you were talking about, we were talking about focus on it on the win more so than the war. In that book, there's a spot where he's talking about a hypnotic rhythm, meaning it comes a point in time in an individual's life where he's just caught up in this hamster wheel, this gerbil wheel. He doesn't get off of that thing. He's in this hypnotic rhythm. And so if you're constantly talking about your war and your win, you could have a tendency to focus more on the negative, on the war, because just by human nature, that's what we look first, more than the win. So what you saying, if we just focus on the win and the results that I got from focus on one versus the other, then now you can get into a hypnotic rhythm of, like I say,
just winning,
seeing the positive in every negative and just winning.
Yeah, that's because that's the results we want, right? So you got to look in every day and see the win in every day, man. You can't just sit there and look at the war, what war situation you had going on, what made it worse. Because like you said, the more you think about the worst situations, the more it's going to be there in your mind. And it's going to slow you down. It's going to drag you out. But we got to sit here and drive more on the wins that we have every day, and what made the day better. You know, like today. You know what? A win for me today was actually getting out and mow my grass, man. I work nights. I can tell you what, since I started working nights, and later it gets into the years that I've worked it's getting harder for me to do anything around the house as the way I used to. You know, my war with myself, and within this last 5 years since we've been doing this show, is, you know, a win is I'm getting more sleep. I've been resting a lot. I can tell you that much. I've been resting more and just relaxing more. But my war with myself is mentally, I want to do more around my house. I want to do more around with my family and stuff like that. But physically, you know, working nights and doing it on a consistent basis, you know, that I've been doing, it's been a struggle. So, you know, just sometimes, like yesterday, I think I told you about it this morning. Last night was the first time in a while that we had a family night, man. And we just sat down and play Uno Attack, man. And it was enjoyable, man. You sit there and just enjoy time with your family. And sometimes you just got to carve that time out, whether it's late or early, man. Just, hey, that maybe 30 minutes that we played made the difference in my girls' eyes than anything else in the world. And that's one of the things I also noticed. I've been watching a lot of streaming stuff across a lot of different platforms. And, you know, it's sometimes, man, it doesn't matter how much time. You don't have to take 2, 3, 4, 24 hours, man. Any minute that you take that time and separate it and spend time with your kids or your wife or your significant other, your significant whatever else, you don't understand how big of an impact that makes in their life. And I think one of the biggest things, though, you just got to, you know, just slow down and just take a few minutes, because that 1 minute can make a difference.
He ain't lying.
I did share that book that you were talking about on there. I shared it on
Yeah,
my
nah,
page.
I appreciate that. I'm looking at you like you got the updated skills. I'm like, okay, I need to upgrade my microphone. I done had 2 or 3 ones, but I see yours sitting there. You like, yeah, I've been waiting on this day all day long.
Yeah. Hey,
But
man,
no, man,
it's a difference. Hey, man, hey, it come with results. You know, hey, I spend the time working at everything I have. Like right now, results. What I have around my house, what I've built, what I've paid for, is the results of the dedication and time that I spent either at work or prioritizing. One of the biggest things I know we always talked about before. You brought up a little topic earlier that's something I used to always say. The difference between a need and a want. After a period of time, your wants start coming to you. I just prioritize my needs. You prioritize those needs, and the wants start coming to you after a period of time. I can tell you this much: the house needs a lot. When you come in and get owning a home, man, I tell you what, my my insurance to my house messaged me a few weeks back and said, "Hey, we're going to cancel your insurance if you don't get leaves off your roof." What the hell? You're gonna cancel leaves on my roof? Come on, man! I pay you money. You're gonna stop payments to you because I have leaves on my roof. Bet. Hey, that money comes back in my pocket, but at the same time, when it comes around to those needs I need for my house, and somehow they can take care of those for me. Hey, I want them to take care, but you know what? They needed me to take care of the situation too. So, and you know what? Today I got up there and got it all cleaned off and sent them the pictures and everything else they need. But hey, man, at the end of the day, you got to take care of those needs before you get what you want, man.
Man, I'm looking at the time here, and I know I said we would go 30, 45 minutes. We went 50 minutes, and for me, that's good because it's almost 2,200, which means I'm gonna be going to sleep because I'm gonna be up biking at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I just said all that to say there's nothing else to say because he ended it so eloquently like he used to with the needs versus the wants. And saying that if you prioritize your needs, everything that you want will come so quicker to you. You just need to prioritize what you truly need to do or want to need to do in order to get the results, and then your wants come to you. I just repeated what Whiskey Charlie said. That's it. That's all I got for you. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say to close out too.
Man, no. Hey, man. I think the biggest thing that I would say is at the end of the day, man, like you said, that whole he's waving hi to y'all.
Hey,
y'all see him in the blur background. It's my girl is in my next door neighbor.
I see the girls definitely.
Yeah, but no, man. Hey, you guys, y'all got to keep fighting the good fight, man. Hey, we got to focus more on those wins. I think that's one of the things I took from this conversation we had today, getting it back into it, man. Focus on the wins. Don't focus on the war as much. Hey, focus on the wins that you do every day. No matter how big or how small it is, focus on those wins, man. Hey, those wins mean something to you. That's all that matters, man. Focus on those wins.
Man, this has been Speak Grunt by Grunts for Grunts, where everybody is welcome, but everybody cannot and will not be a member. 11B, 11 Charlie, 0311, the Marine Corps crew. And I forgot the officer. They could be 11 Alpha, 11. I don't remember what they are. But we rock with you too. My 11 series and our support crew. We rock with you too because we couldn't do some of the things that we do without you. But this is really for not only the grunts, but their families, because we want the grunt to speak through to get to their healing, to get their needs met. So all your wants will come to you. Man, I thank you, Whiskey Charlie, for doing what you do. I thank y'all for this opportunity to come back and speak to you. And man, I don't want to leave you hanging. I don't want to tell you no lies, but we'll let you know soon when we'll be back in the room on a more consistent basis. But until then, I'm going to say peace.
Yes, sir.
And we out of this thing. Oh, I forgot to set the outro video, huh? There we go.